Thank you guys for watching the Animal One Guy YouTube videos. If you like this video, please leave a like and even comment below. And if you like all my content, please hit the subscribe button. And why not click the bell icon for notifications too? That way you can see all my videos. Give me the ball. Hey everybody. So this is, I think, going to be a good video, Reptile Rescue family, about toys for your lizards, particularly if you have a savanna monitor. But monitor lizards like to play with toys a lot, but so do bearded dragons. And I get asked all the time, what are your toys? What do you use, etc. I have a ton of toys for my reptiles. And some are used heavily, some are barely used, some are just the favorites, and some are never used. It goes all over the place. But I thought I'd show off what a good selection of the stuff that gets used is, who I use them for, and things like that. So number one, which is in its own category, is this Kong ball. This is a great toy for really everybody, okay? It is a great toy because it's so big it can't be eaten, and we're going to talk about that. It's very hard to destroy. Small snakes can play through it. Lizards can play through it. It has the different size holes, which are also good because you can put food in there. You can tie food in there, which is really nice. Also, though, the ability to bite this is so good because the bite areas, minus this spot, are very thin. So your lizard can go and close its mouth almost completely on that, and that's a big deal. Also, they can step on it, but and things like that, it takes no power for them to feel like they're just owning this thing, okay? This is a great toy. The other way I like to do it a lot is the light reflecting off of it. This really catches their eye. So how I like to play and get them interested is I take it and I spin it like this. I just put my finger in one of the holes, my thumb typically, boom, and I spin it. And then they're like, what is that? What is that? And then I can grab it and slide it around when I'm sitting down, pass it behind my back. Always spinning it as it passes from left to right like that. And it keeps them entertained. And you can do tug of war really nicely because if they bite it here, you can grab it here and you've got a good pull. This is the Kong ball. It's awesome. It rolls. You can roll it. It bounces off things. So you can bounce it back to yourself even when they're knocking it around. And it's so soft, it will not hurt them. But it's big. A bearded dragon wouldn't like this. But Smog and Simba, they like this. The other things that are on their own, the rubber tire, sometimes they'll come and they'll chew on this. Again, it's just, a piece of rubber. It has some give, but they're not going to be able to eat this. So this is something I can give to them, and I know that they can play with on their own, okay? Then the other thing is kind of something I've made, which I just put a Kong ball on the end, and it was just a piece like this. Simba will typically grab this piece, so will Smog, and I'll typically pull from here because I can grab it. Sometimes he'll grab this, and I'll pull from there, and we'll play tug of war. It's nice. Now, Smog could eat this. So, again, it's always being aware of what the heck can they eat. Because at the end of the day, they're going to try to eat it, right? Just, we have to, I guess, just you have to realize that. You have to realize no matter what you put out here, the goal for them is to probably eat it. This is another toy, just a chew toy that we do tug of war. Typically, Simba or someone will hook in here, and I'll grab these two, and we'll just play. I think, actually, the good one of me playing tug of war with Simba is with this toy in the video. Okay, so now, those are like the offbeat toys, but let me explain what to look for in a toy, especially when you're looking at balls, okay? So remember, I put a ball on here. Kong makes these balls. They make them in different colors. I have them in a bunch of different colors and slightly different sizes. What you're going for with your monitor, though, really when it comes to a ball, is the squishiness. They really want to be able to have this happen. The easier this can happen, this flattening, it feels good. If they are biting something and their jaw is staying big like this and they're really straining, they don't like that. If they can get this and bring it down to this or mostly that, they feel like they're making progress. the type of balls that have the hole in them like this, you know, yes, for dog treats and stuff, you're supposed to put treats in here, and you can, and I have put food in here. It can get messy, though, if you put wet food in here and things like that. But you can put stuff in there for them to get whole prey, things like that. But it's all about the squishiness. They come in different sizes, 2.5, I think 3.5, I think 4.5. That's good. But you have to let them feel like they're making progress. The other better thing, though, again, is the breathing from the hole. So when their throat is like this, and don't worry, I will take Simba out and I will show you him interacting with some of these toys. A lot of the times he's got this and it's fully clogged his mouth, and you hear him breathing through the hole here. So it's really important. But the best, I think, to them are these Kong toys. And they are awesome for a variety of reasons. I have a ton of these in a ton of different sizes, which is cool. Boom, here's the red line. The red line. Zoom out, move over. Ta-da, center that up. A ton of different sizes, as well as different colors. Now, when you guys are looking at all of these, what do you think is Simba's favorite Kong toy out of this group? Yes, I have the red on a stick as well. That way it's easier to play tug of war and whatnot. So with the Kongs, the colors are important here, because their normal Kong is very hard. So let me grab the small ones since I have some examples here. And then they basically have Kongs that are for, you know, aggressive chewers. I think this is called for the senior dog. And I think this is like the juvenile dog. And then this is the puppy. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. So you have difference. Like this one is pretty hard. This one is a little bit softer. This one, the same size, hard as a rock. And then when we compare these small ones, I'm going to squeeze this, and I'm going to squeeze this at the same amount of power. This one has more give to it. When we flip it to the other side, you'll really see. See that? I'm squeezing this one as hard as I can, and I can barely get them to touch. And this one, I just barely do anything. And it closes. Probably the same with these. Yeah. Look at that. So, what do you think? Leave it down in the comments. Out of the colors, what is Simba's favorite color? Questions. Get some time. I don't want to rush it. This will be a little bit longer video, but there's a lot of good information. Simba's favorite color is the pink Kong. That's right. Why does Simba like the pink Kong? Because he's a Savannah monitor and he can't go as tight. But this is good for someone with a big mouth like Smog. There's no way Smog can eat this. And that's the best part. Now, what's nice about the Kongs, though, is the shape. It really gives them, so your lizard is going to be trying to inhale this, right? Maybe we'll keep this one around. And what's going to happen is, again, the air hole here is what's great. So what's going to happen is they're going to become smart, and they are going to bite this thing eventually from here. And they're going to be taking this into their mouth like this. But they will get to a point where they can't take this down anymore because this is too big. So Simba could just about eat this size Kong. He cannot eat this size Kong. He can get this into his mouth and that's it. So it gives your lizard the ability to feel like they're making progress. And then again, depending on the amount, they're still squeezing. But even when this is deep in their mouth, they're still breathing just fine. Really important. So I have some new toys that I want to try. One is I got some new balls, a puppy type ball, but actually I'm really disappointed in this. I did get the larger size to try, but man, it's hard, even though it says puppy. I can't squeeze that at all. And then this one said puppy too, and it's hard as a rock, which is, I'm pretty disappointed. But I like to try things so you guys don't have to. That's a big deal. But so these are Kong balls. These balls are Chew Kings. These are the These Chew King balls, I find, are the best for the balls. But Kong makes, so Simba likes the pink. This is too small. And I worry that, you know, he could really jam, because they get smart. They'll jam this against the wall and they're trying to pound this thing into their mouth, right? And you still have to do sizes. So what are some good ways you can incorporate this? Well, Kong has some great toys, and I look from time to time. The Binkies. That's right. We're going to try these. So still has the different shape, but then look at this big opening here, this big plate here to stop, so he won't be able to, you know, get this into his throat deep enough and then still open wide enough to grab these, let alone this one. But this and this are almost the same size, the fattest part. But also, he loves when I play tug of war with this. And most of the time, this is in his mouth because I don't want to swallow it, and I'm trying to pinch here, and it gets dangerous. Well, look at how easy this would be for me. I have a shield. I can easily pull on this. I have high hopes for this. Same thing with this. I feel like he might like to play with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get Simba. I'm going to put him here. I'm going to show you how he normally interacts and we play with this one. And then we're going to try these. By the way, if you're a member of Patreon, I play with Simba on camera all the time for the Patreon people while talking with them, and they get to see Simba trying these things out, or my other reptiles. So if you're a Patreon, you get on the Discord, boom, you get to see all these behind the scenes things. All right, let me move all these other things. Let me go get Simba because I don't want to overstimulate him with 500 bajillion toys, and we'll use this toy and then we'll bust out the new toys. Let's do it. All right, here is the bad boy. Hey, look at this toy. Yes. So watch how he plays with this. See this? Smaller end almost always in the mouth, and then we play tug of war like this. But I would love to be able to just let him do this. But there's a chance that doing this, he will eventually start to just shove this thing into his mouth. And this one for sure, he could fully swallow. If it got into here, I might be able to push it out of his throat by squeezing and forcing it up. But once it's in the stomach, we've got a problem. It's got to go to the vet. And that's a messy surgery. Cut open the skin, cut open the stomach itself. Just what a mess. Surgical glue, staples, sutures. Just not something you want to go. Anesthesia for the reptile. It's something you don't want to go through. So, but I would love to be able to see him play with this. And some people say, well, what if he bites off little pieces? Well, that's okay, because he can pass little chunks of rubber. They're not going to do anything. But he couldn't eat this whole thing. And these things get, you know, little scrapes in them and things like that. In the wild, they'll eat wood. They'll eat little sticks, you know, mulch. But they're not eating it in huge amounts. It's not normal for them to just eat a Kong like this because it won't dissolve. Yes, they could eat prey like this, but that gets dissolved. So what do? We're going to try the new stuff. See, look at that. He could line it up and then he could push his head down and really just help shove that thing on in. And that's his end goal. Look at him trying to eat this. And even if he's chewing, once this eventually gets to a point, he's just going to take this in. But he really likes to play with me when I'm doing this, but it's dangerous. If he's in here, even if he doesn't bite me, it squeezes down on my finger. There he goes, rolling away. Loves to roll. Loves to play. He'll chew on this. Him and I, we've sat here while I'm working, and I've had this in my left hand while working for literally 4 hours. And that's what he does. So, I want to get this away from him, but he's really feisty. Simba, can I have this? Look at his teeth. Look at his teeth. All right. So if I let him have it, now I have to wait for him to let this go. Okay, perfect. He knocks over the camera, but we'll do it live, and he's let it go. Now let's try the dog bone. Hey, I did wash these. A little Dawn dish soap. There he goes. Right away. And oh God, he loves these things. A little Dawn, 1 drop of like Dawn dish soap and warm water, because, you know, you want to wash it from the factory. Oh, he's going crazy. He is going absolutely crazy for this thing. It's a huge success. It's a huge success. I don't want him to bite me because he's getting super excited. And again, feed mode or super excited mode, he could lose his brain. And while going to bite this, although he doesn't want to bite me, if he misses, because my hand is there, he could accidentally get me. And we want to avoid that. Look at how he's playing with this. This is a huge success. Huge success. I would like him to get rid of this. And, oh, he's going off screen. And I'm going to give him this binky. Get over here. Oh, the binky. He loves it. These pink Kongs, guys. If you have a Savannah, get the pink Kongs, depending on the size. But this binky is great. Look at how I can hold this. Look at this. He's going to roll all the time with this. All right, I'm going to end this video here, and then I'm going to make more of a video dedicated to just showing him playing, because we're at 15, 16 minutes. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Thank you guys for supporting and being Patreon members. Thank you guys for supporting my reptile rescue family.